today is TCAS. That is Traffic Collision Avoidance Systems. And still Professor Kafaras, Africa Virtual University of Aeronautical Sciences. So by the end of the lesson, we shall know what is TCAS, how does it work, and why is it incorporated in modern today airlines. So we look at TCAS. The ever-increasing volume of air traffic has caused a corresponding increase in concern over collision avoidance. Ground-based radar, traffic control, and visual vigilance are no longer adequate in today's increasingly crowded skies. Onboard collision avoidance equipment, long a staple in larger aircraft, is now common in general aviation aircraft. New applications of electronic technology combined with lower costs make this possible. So there are still ground-based radar, traffic control, and vigilance. These are no longer adequate in today's crowded skies. When you look at most busy airports, like the Amsterdam airport, it is very difficult to use ground-based radar or traffic control. So we improvise an electronic system, electronic technology to do that. So traffic collision avoidance systems are transponder-based air traffic monitoring and alerting systems. Here we mean that each aircraft has a transponder. So those transponders communicate together and the two aircrafts are able to communicate. There are two classes of TCAS. We have TCAS 1. This was generated to accommodate the general aviation community and regional airlines. This system identifies traffic in a 35 to 40 mile range of the aircraft and issues traffic advisories, TA, to assist pilots in visual acquisition of intruder aircraft. TCAS 1 is mandated on aircraft with 10 to 30 seats. So it works within a range of 35 to 40 mile range to assist pilots in visual acquisition of the intruder aircraft. So if you have 10-30 seats, TCAS 1. TCAS 2. This provides information of TCAS 1 but also analyzes the projected flight path of approaching aircraft. If a collision or near miss is imminent, the TCAS 2 computer offers a resolution advisory. This is an order command to the pilot to take a specific evasive action. For example, descend. The computer is programmed such that the pilot in the encroaching aircraft receives an RA, resolution advisory, for evasive stroke avoiding action in the opposite direction. That is, if one aircraft is told to descend, the other one is told to ascend. So TCAS 2 is more sophisticated system. It is required internationally in aircraft with more than 30 seats or weighing more than 15,000 kilograms. TCAS 2 provides the information of TCAS 1 but also analyzes the projected flight path of approaching aircraft. So as we can see, we have in TCAS, we have in the RA region, then you have in the TA region, then you have in the intruder aircraft. So this is some example of how TCAS works. We also see this example. We see that TA, we say it is 35 to 40 miles. Then we see RA, resolution advisory. It also gives the pilot an evasive action either to descend or ascend. So this is how the TCAS display looks like. TCAS information displayed on a multifunction display. An open diamond indicates a target. A solid diamond represents a target that is within 6 nautical miles of 12,000 feet vertically. A yellow circle represents a target that generates a TA, traffic advisory, before contact. 25 to 48 seconds before contact. A red square indicates a target that generates an RA in TCAS 2. A plus indicates the target aircraft is above, and the negative indicates it is below. The arrow shows if the target is climbing or descending. So we can see on our display we are having a blue diamond. What is the cursor? We're having a yellow circle. We're having a red square. This is a red square. So red square indicates the target that generates an RA in TCAS 2. Then we have a yellow circle, the target that generates a TA. That is 25 to 48 seconds before contact. Then we have a solid diamond that indicates a target. Solid diamond is a target that is within 6 nautical miles of 12,000 feet vertically. Then we have a diamond that is not complete, an open diamond, that's a target. Then we have a plus, indicates the target of aircraft is above, and a minus. We don't have a minus here. It indicates if it is below. The arrow shows if it is climbing or descending. Okay, the transponder of an aircraft with TCAS is able to interrogate the transponders of other aircraft nearby using SSR technology. That is Mode C and Mode S. This is done with a 1030 MHz signal. Interrogated aircraft transponders reply with an encoded 1090 MHz signal that allows the TCAS computer to display the position and altitude of each aircraft. Should the aircraft come within the horizontal or vertical distances, an audible TA is announced. The pilot must decide whether to take an action and what action to take. That is for TCAS 1. TCAS 2 equipped aircraft use continuous reply information to analyze the speed and trajectory of target aircraft in close proximity. If a collision is calculated to be imminent, an RA is issued. TCAS target aircraft are displayed on a screen on the flight deck. Different colors and shapes are used to depict approaching aircraft depending on the imminent threat level. Since RAs are currently limited to vertical evasive maneuvers, some standalone TCAS displays are electronic vertical speed indicators. Most aircraft use some version of an electronic horizontal situation indicator on a navigational screen or page to display TCAS information. TCAS may be referred to as Airborne Collision Avoidance System, which is the international name for the same system. TCAS 2 with the latest revisions is known as version 7. The accuracy and reliability of this TCAS information is such that pilots are required to follow a TCAS RA over an ATC command. TCAS information displayed on electronic vertical speed. So you can see it's a vertical speed indicator. but it has TCAS incorporated. Transponder and TCAS control panel. Yeah, TCAS, TRA. The control panel from a Boeing 767 controls the transponder for ATC use and TCAS. So we're seeing TCAS protection areas, collision area here, warning area, where we have the RA, 15 to 35 seconds. Then also that we have TA, traffic advisory, into the aircraft, and that is called the caution area, the outer area. So instructs the optimal avoidance direction based on radio waves received from the aircraft. So within this range, in here in the caution area, you are informed that there is an aircraft. Warning area, it issues an RA at you either descend, and then the other aircraft is issued with a command advisory to climb. Adjust vertical speed, adjust. Now we look at what is TCAS stroke ACAS. Resolution advisory. TCAS 2 version 7.1 came about as a result of extensive analysis to improve the TCAS logic. The first of this change dealt with the RA, adjust vertical speed, adjust. This RA, when issued, gave for vertical rate options 0 feet per minute, 500 feet per minute, and 200 feet per minute. It has been found that many pilots were responding incorrectly to the required vertical rate, and in some cases maneuvering opposite to the vertical guidance. So version 7.1 changes the terminology used in particular to RA to level off, with the indicator showing a 0 FPM vertical rate. Resolution advisory. So solid red square indicates that the intruding aircraft is projected to be a collision threat. The symbol appears together with an appropriate audio warning, command, and a vertical maneuver indication on the display. So if you're moving in a given direction and the TCAS is on and you see a red square, that means the intruding aircraft is a collision threat. So it has to offer an RA of either descend, climbing, crossing wind, descend, crossing wind. Okay, active, increasing collision potential. So here we can see we are having our own aircraft. This is the intruder aircraft. Active surveillance. Intruder is near threat in altitude and range. TCAS active interrogation at 1 hours. As you reach in this region, passive surveillance. Intruder is near threat in altitude or range. Validate intruder with TCAS active interrogation at 0.1 hours. Passive surveillance. Intruder is not a threat. It's not a near threat. Validate intruder with TCAS active. So as far you get away from the aircraft, then nearby we release an RA. So that's version 7.0. RA requires one of several vertical speeds. I think that is briefly about TCAS. To take a brief cap, we have TCAS 1 and TCAS 2. TCAS 1 is issued when you are in 35 to 40 miles, and mostly it issues a TA, traffic advisory, and it is for aircraft with 10 to 30 seats. TCAS 2, it is similar to provide steer information but it issues an RA, that is, if the collision is nearby. It offers an evasive or avoiding action. Thank you. We catch you back. I hope you have understood what TCAS is.